Well, hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy fun day. Let's have a real quick conversation about Diddy. It seems that a Diddy crew has filed for a mistrial again. So let's discuss, and you tell me down in the comments section, either live or in the replay, what you think. Y'all ready to get into it? Let's talk about it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, and my nieces and nephews, and all of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for auntie advice. Sweet old auntie. It's time for auntie advice.
So, welcome back, everybody. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. Y'all, I wanted to talk about this. And I'm going to be giving some facts about the case where we are right now, where we have been. I will not be going detail by detail because I don't have the time to do it. But today I did want to have a brief discussion about this mistrial that they are filing. And I wanted to really get you all's opinion. I know that a lot of you all have been watching this line for line every day. And so I really wanted us to have a discussion. I wanted to open up some dialogue about it, if you will. So join me as we talk about it. So I wanted to talk about some of the Diddy highlights on from day one of May 12th, 2025. We opened up with opening statements and early testimony. The jury was selected, and the prosecutor described an alleged criminal enterprise accusing Combs of using drugs, coercion, and violence to force women into freak-offs, ex parties, and involving escorts. Okay, they had on that day, male escort Daniel Phillip testified that Combs orchestrated, paid for encounters while he watched, including a hotel incident. He even dragged Casey by her hair. Okay. And so we also had the jurors view some disturbing footage of him doing what he was doing to Casey in a hotel hallway. Now, of course, we all have saw that, and we were like, okay, what in the whole crap is going on? And, for a while he had come out and he had, denied that these things had happened until that old beam footage was released and we were all able to see it for ourselves. I think that not only did was he in denial, but I think that a lot of other people were in denial about it as well. I will not be showing pictures, clips, or anything like that. Here on this live today, like I won't be doing that. Okay, welcome, Barbara. So let's talk about it. So on that day, right? Just one second, y'all. Okay, on May 12th, Reuters put out an article saying Sean Diddy Combs grabbed, dragged then girlfriend in NYC hotel. So a male stripper took the stand on the first day of the trial and testified that he had acts with the hip hop mogul's then girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, for money multiple times in 2012 and 2013 while he watched and, did the doo doo. Okay, his name is Daniel Phillips, and the prosecution's second witness recounted an episode in a New York City hotel where Combs threw a liquor bottle, okay, in Ventura's direction, grabbed her by her hair, and dragged her screaming into another room where he heard shouting and alleged slapping. Okay, Phillips said that Ventura was distraught after he left the hotel room. In quotes, he says she literally jumped into my lap and she was shaking. Like literally her whole entire body was shaking. She was terrified. He testified before the panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates at the high profile trial in Manhattan. As we all know, Combs has pleaded not guilty to 5 felony counts of racketeering, conspiracy, ex trafficking, transportation to engage in, okay, the women of the night, men of the night. And if he is convicted on all counts, he faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years, and he also could face life in prison. And so this is how we started off the trial, right? For this particular trial. And I really just want to kind of go through some things around. So around around day 5, May 16th, 2025, Casey took the stand. I have said in the membership that I thought that one of the most compelling testimonies, in my opinion, was Casey's mom. And hopefully we'll talk about that, right? If I can remember. But that was one of the things that kind of shocked me about the whole entire thing was her mom. And while her testimony was compelling, I did have some questions as I have discussed in the membership. As you all know, that is where I have been holding or talking about this, has been in the membership. Is that, in my opinion, when her mom testified and everything, it it sent a huge signal and a huge message to say you're not safe with anyone. When you are going through things, it is your family most of the time. It's your family and your friends that you can count on. Those are the people that you can run and hide and talk and confide. And when you break that barrier, right, where you have someone's mom who is taking pictures and all that kind of stuff, right? When you have them going to do a home equity loan, you are basically saying there is no rock you can hide under, no city you can go. This is just my opinion. I thought that that's what that message was saying. At least that is probably how I would feel. That there's nobody that can keep me safe. But anyway, I'm gonna go back. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Um, and we're going to discuss it. I'm going to go back, but let's talk about it. This thing is heavy. Um, there is nothing about this trial that has been light. It has been very difficult to even talk about it most days, but we're gonna try to get through it. So on trial day 5, Casey, who is a key prosecution witness, was subjected to cross examination. The first week, okay, of this explosive trial, which they say is going to last several weeks, is wrapped up with Casey finishing her testimony on the witness stand for a 4th straight day. Um, She has made some bombshell accusations, including accusations that Diddy raped her in 2018. Combs and Ventura were in a relationship for 11 years, and during that time, she testified she was made to participate in what they call these free calls with male ex workers. Proving Ventura was coerced in participating will be a key for prosecutors, right? So, Ventura also alleged that he aided her and extorted immense control over her personal life. During the cross examination, the defense was aiming to portray her participation in these free calls as consensual. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? What is going on? She said, in quotes, I had to do free calls. She said his moves affected my whole life, my career, how I felt about myself, my self worth. She said if he wanted to do a freak off, that her whole entire life revolved around satisfying that request. I ain't got it to do. I just simply ain't got it to do. When you think about this, this is a lot. This trial has been a lot. It has been emotional and almost unbelievable that there is a world where people existed like this. This, Diddy was the culture. Whether we want to admit it or not, back in the day, he was the culture. I didn't particularly follow him as much as I have other people, but he absolutely was the culture. We knew that he was a weird kind of guy. We saw different things going on, but I don't believe any of us, because we're not into this, could even imagine a world where this existed. Couldn't even imagine a world where it existed. But for these people, this was real freaking life. Maybe I should put some bars behind me. I think so. Let me see if I can put me some bars behind me. Do we got bars behind me? We ain't sitting in the living room no more. We're behind bars. I She said anytime he wanted to do these, I had to put my entire life on hold. I had to prepare for him. She said she got herself ready from head to toe, set up the room, and arranged for the escorts. She told the court that Diddy introduced her to a world she did not know or understand at the time. But then she turns around and says she doesn't hate him. At one point, she was asked if she hated Diddy, and she said, I don't hate him. They asked her, do you still have love for him? And she says, I have love for the past and what it was. Then they disclosed that Diddy text her, I'm so horny for you, days after he beat her ass. Excuse my French. Excuse my French. Excuse my French. What kind of monster? The way that he came back after he dragged her, they even had testimony of people saying that they witnessed this stuff. Just one second. My phone is blowing up. The jury was shown many things, but they were shown a message that he had sent to her 4 days after he whooped her in the International Hotel on 2016. He says, I am so orny for you. She replies back, you are? What made you feel that way? I felt that way Friday. What you doing? Not a good vibe. We need a different vibe than Friday. She went back to him repeatedly and it is hard to believe that she went back over and over and over and over. They showed them the video of what went down, and it was just we all saw it on May 16th. Just one second, y'all. I'm trying to make sure I got all my notes together because I'm looking at these notes. Okay, so just one second. So they were trying to say that that Diddy was in a lifestyle called swingers, and that's why he thought it was appropriate because being a swinger is common. During Daniel's testimony describing his work with Ventura and Combs, his two daughters were there. His three daughters exited the courtroom. When that video of him appearing to assault her, they looked straight ahead rather than look at the video. Mind you, his children are there too. Let's go back to Daniel's Philip testimony. He said he experienced erectile dysfunction after hearing what was happening to Ventura. He said that after hearing that slap, he heard Casey say, I'm sorry. He said when she ran to him and jumped in his lap after Diddy left the New York hotel where he had been hired, he asked her, why are you doing this? Why are you staying with this guy? He said he tried to explain to her that she was in real danger if she stayed with him. He was saying that he was an escort, he was paid. He said he initially believed when he got the call that he was being hired for a bachelor party. A bachelor's party. He said Diddy was in the room wearing a white robe, a bandana over his face, and a baseball cap. He said he introduced himself as being importing and exporting. He had an importing exporting business. And said that while he was having, you know what, women's tour, he sat there and y'all know what? Israel Flores, right? He was the former security guard at the hotel in Los Angeles. And he testified that he witnessed the aftermath of Diddy's assault in 2016. He is now a Los Angeles police officer, and he said he called to the sixth floor of the hotel after a report that a woman was in distress. He said when he arrived, he said he saw Diddy wear only a towel and sitting on a chair, slouched down with like a blank stare, like a devilish stare, just looking at him. He said that she wanted to leave, but that Diddy told her, "You're not going to leave." He said he responded, "If she wants to leave, she's going to leave." Then he said Diddy offered him some money, which the guard believed to be a bribe, and he said, "Don't tell nobody." At one point, the guard said Diddy accused another hotel employee of recording him and grabbed at the security guard's phone. The police officer said he then pinned Combs to the wall and the cell phone was returned. He said he recorded the security footage on his cell phone so his wife could see what happened. And his footage showing the aftermath of the assault was shown to the jury. Now, see, you know, a lot of times people believe, right? And it's possible they pay. They are willing to pay. Money wasn't nothing to Diddy. It wasn't nothing for him to just pay somebody. Y'all, let's like we going back to day A. It wasn't nothing for him to pay and make things go away. And that happened for a very long time until it didn't. See, that's the thing about it. What do they say? Whatever you do in the dark, it will come to light. And I cannot forget that Cat Williams said that these dirty dick deviants is gonna be exposed. Now he said in 24, but his show happened in 24, 23, and 25. You can't do stuff like this forever and ever and ever. When they take down the other ones, they're going to take you down too. You got to really have some real integrity to walk away from money. You really do. But y'all, we just having a conversation downtown to Auntie's advice. What is the price of fame, y'all? When I got to get out on stage knowing that my back is bruised, my leg is bruised, and I got bust upside the damn head. I got makeup covering up, black eyes, scratches, all kinds of stuff. Is that really the price of fame? We have heard from different parts of the industry, whether it's child actors, Adult, and we've heard so much that the average person like us, we ain't built for that. Like I know I ain't built for that. I'm not built for that. We can sit back and say that we can't imagine, because that wasn't a goal. And if it was, a lot of us weren't willing to pay that price. Unbelievable. Let me continue on. The defense opening um referenced the infamous hotel security footage appearing to show the Bad Boy Records founder doing what he was doing to Casey, right? Though they acknowledged that what Combs did was horrible, dehumanizing, violent, and terrible, she noted that her client is not charged with assault. She said in quotes, "It's not evidence of X trafficking. It's evidence of DV." Do y'all agree? Let me know downtown in the comment section if you all agree with that. She said the argument that the preceded the incident was over a phone, and claimed that the alleged evidence against him did not indicate X trafficking. She said you may know of his love of baby oil. Is that a federal crime? Hell yeah, bitch, because I don't even buy it no more. Just the thought of walking in the store and they need to sue 'em for ruining a good product that when you ashy, y'all know that's a good product when you ashy. Raise your hand if you ever used it for some ash. And get it? You make sure you put it on. You put your little socks on and stuff so you ain't slipping and sliding. It ain't in your shoes. But I won't even buy it no more. I will never have a no. Okay, just fabulous. Okay. Well, you got a good ass attack and you need to go ahead on and get them feet real good. You gonna get you some, baby. I don't even like boo boo. Like I don't have no interest in buying it anymore. And that's not any reflection on the company, right? That's just a reflection on how much he used. I remember when they first started raiding the house and everything, and they said they had all this oil. I just was like, wait a minute, what's going on? I'm just glad he say, Vaseline or Vaseline, as we call it, okay? It ain't never been Vaseline, but that's what we call it. Some people be like Vaseline, Vaseline, okay? You don't even look at this stuff the same anymore because of how it was used. It just make you be like, God dang, I'm gonna have to go back to cocoa butter or something. Let me get off of that, okay? They said you may know of his love of baby oil, but is that a federal crime? No. During the open statement, y'all, the prosecutors told the jurors about a set of other witnesses that were set to testify against him. One is identified as Jane, a single mom who met Combs back in 2020 and fell in love with him. The prosecutor says she participated in these freak offs too because she was expected to be a one time thing, but it wasn't. Allegedly, he would not let an escort use condoms while they was doing all of this mess with Jane. Another time after she vomited, he allegedly said, "Go do it again." He allegedly used threats and video recordings to control her. Another time, he reportedly arrived at Jane's house in a rage. She locked herself in various rooms, but he allegedly kicked down the doors, ultimately kicking her to the ground. How many of y'all got a license to carry and conceal? Mia Combs, the personal assistant, who claims he actually aided her, is also going to take the stand. So they said that Diddy allegedly bribed a hotel security guard with $100,000 following caught on tape video. They said that he slipped a hotel security guard $100,000 in a brown paper bag to keep him quiet about the stuff that happened in 2016. That footage would ultimately be published by CNN, spurring her quickly settled lawsuit. They said following the alleged assault, prosecutors say Combs and his inner circle hid her from the outside world as she recovered from her injuries. They said that he also forced an escort to urinate in her mouth. You see why I be doing this in the membership? Because this stuff is gross. This stuff is gross. And they trying to do a mistrial or some petty bullcrap. Today, TMZ asked us the question, should there be a mistrial? You decide. So, according to TMZ, they are threatening to derail the case. And now the judge must decide whether or not to grant a mistrial. Now, we ain't even talked about all that went down. We have not talked about the former Daddy DeCane, Dawn Richards testified seeing Cassie getting it, out of her with a frying pan. She also reported pews and drug use. We haven't talked about a security guard revealed that he allegedly paid them $100 to suppress the video. We haven't really even talked about the ex-CFO testified that he mixed personal business and expenses and used credit cards in suspicious pattern. We haven't even talked about Jane, the ex-girlfriend from 2021 to 2024, detail being coerced into calls, events lasting up to 72 hours, including drug use, injuries, and emotional trauma. We have not even talked about that she shared that Diddy continued to pay her rent, provided her with veneers, and reminded her of these through text messages like, look at that roof over your head and that pretty smile. Bitch! We have not talked about she recounted UTIs, back pain, and being forced to continue these acts despite exhaustion and fear. We have not talked about the recorded messages that the jurors heard, text messages about hotel rooms and details of Diddy's hiring porn stars to join them. We have not talked about that stuff. Oh, but we will. I am more committed than ever to talk to y'all about this in the goddamn membership. I am more committed than I have ever been. We gonna talk about this bull. I got my notes and we going in. We gonna let have. We gonna have and let have. Oh, thank you so much, Sunkiss82, for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Welcome, boo. Welcome. If y'all have not already done so, please welcome Sunkiss82 to the membership. Y'all know how we do over here. TMZ wants us to weigh in. So they put together a vote. Yay or nay? So let's put together our own vote. Shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. Let's start a poll. There we go. Should Diddy get a mistrial? So, according to TMZ, during last week, when Bryana, Casey's friend, took the stand and testified that Diddy dangled her over the edge of a 17th floor balcony at the apartment. They said previously Casey had testified she saw with her own two eyes Diddy holding her over that edge. But Diddy's defense team presented text messages between Casey and Christina Coram that blew a hole in Casey's testimony. They said in one text message, Casey indicated she wasn't there to witness the alleged balcony incident. Now, I ain't going to attack Casey on here. She done just had a baby. Congratulations to her and her husband for their third baby. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Dr. Renee Mentor, for the 1999 super chat. Thank you, boo. Hold on, let me give you a little something. Let me give you something. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. Thank you for that super chat. Now let's get on back into this foolishness, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much for that super chat. So now they done pulled up a text message where Casey said she wasn't there to witness the alleged balcony, saying, quotes, I just found out some crazy shit. But before she said, I saw with my own two eyes. The fuck? The hell? The helly? The hellion? The hell is going on? Why would she do that? Why would she do that? Was she mistaken that she saw it? Because if you saw something like that, you ain't gonna never forget that. Diddy's lawyers pounced, of course, on this discrepancy, filing a motion on yesterday for a mistrial, accusing the prosecutors of presenting testimony that they knew or should have known was a lie. That's why you got to sit down. You got to sit down with your people and you got to go through it. You got to see. Okay, so the trial, we got 24 votes. I usually cut them off at 50, but I will end the poll here. Should Diddy get a mistrial? 79% of you all said hell no, while 20% said yes. I would love to open up the lines to see the people who said yes and the people who said no and why you decided that. They also are using the fact that the prosecutors presented photos showing injuries that this woman suffered during an alleged balcony incident. And the attorney cited that metadata from the pics say they proved the images was taken on September 26th of 2016 when Diddy was on the East Coast, not the West Coast. Bitch, I know you lying. I know this girl ain't about to fuck the bag. I know she ain't about to be the one to mess up the bag. For the 79% people, she about to mess up the bag. I don't mean to be out here screaming. But when you come up in here, have your stuff together. All these days we've been sitting up here weeks and weeks after weeks, testimony after testimony, book after book, and you gonna sit up here and mess up the bag? I know you I know you telling a lie. This girl about to fuck the bag. People sitting up here scared to testify, Kid Cudi, like it been a lot going on. And she gonna mess the bag up? I ain't got y'all know what. Child, she got my head falling down. They said that the metadata from the pictures say they proved the images were shot on September 26th of 2016 when Diddy was nowhere around. The prosecutors have yet to respond to his motion because I know they around them are mad as I don't know what, that she would bring her aid up out here and ain't got stuff together, and then they gonna go back and say that Casey said she saw it, and then Casey said, girl, I heard. They responded back, but the court, they clarified that Casey's text seemed to indicate the balcony incident occurred around September the 29th or the 30th, when she says that the images was when the metadata said it happened on the 26th. Sure, they mistrial us, y'all. This is the second one they filed. Should they mistrial this? You did, Wendy. Wendy says sorry, but when I heard her talking about recording contracts instead of actual A, I started side on her. Let me see if I can find her testimony. Child, I cannot believe this bull crap that she would be the one to get up here and up the bag. The whole bag. Hang them together. Let me see if I can get a little bit of her testimony real quick. Hold on. God dang it. It don't take but one to mess up the whole bag. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Child, I asked ChatGPT. Because y'all know ChatGPT is my friend, right? You know, we like that. So I asked ChatGPT, go ahead on and give me what this girl said. Give me her testimony, and any inconsistencies, right? That's what I asked ChatGPT. Now I think I heard my daughter pull into the garage, so it may be some dogs barking, but I'll be right back after I let their asses out, okay? So ChatGPT said, Auntie, here go the key points. She talked about the balcony incident on September 2000 and 2016. She claims that she was at Cassie's 17th floor LA apartment when Diddy knocked loudly, prompting her to hide her ex in a bathroom and step onto the balcony to act casual. She then alleges that Diddy grabbed her from behind, lifted her onto the balcony railing for approximately 15 seconds and shouted, "You know what the fuck you did," and then threw her onto patio furniture. Photographic evidence of bruises and neck brace were shown in court, according to the Washington Post. She recounted that Diddy allegedly, shut up, telling her on a Malibu beach, "I'm the devil and I could ill you," and that she witnessed him throw a knife at Ventura. She talked about physical and emotional aftermath. She said that because of this incident, she had night terrors, paranoia, and that she was fearful of him, so she didn't report it to the police. Bitch, that's why I would have reported it to the police. What in the hell generation did I grow up in? Bitch, we tired. She mentioned being approached via FaceTime, by his team regarding a potential settlement before filing a lawsuit. And now they're giving me the inconsistencies raised by the defense, variations of her recollection. Under cross, she repeatedly said, I don't remember, when asked about the details, such as whether she was sleeping or partying at the time of the balcony incident. Bitch, how you not gonna know? You know what? I ain't messing with y'all. I am not messing with y'all. Like I ain't got it to do with y'all. Are y'all kidding me? Are y'all freaking kidding me? I know y'all kidding me. ChatGPT said the exact location she was looking, inside or outside. Was your face to the front of the balcony or the back, bitch? ChatGPT said she had some inconsistencies about what substance she was on that night. Shall I? Shall I know y'all So according to ABC News, a cross-examining defense attorney sought to cast doubt on her testimony, alleging bursting into the ex-girlfriend's home and throwing a knife. The defense said she conspired, like Todd, to come to Candy with the book. They saying that they believe she coordinated with Cassie to come to Todd with the book. How's she gonna mess up the bag, y'all? All this work, all this testimony, all of this stuff that's going on. You mean to tell me that it's going to take somebody, that it could be somebody like this to fuck it all up? They said a month before she filed her lawsuit against Sean, according to Bryana's testimony, she received a FaceTime call from music producer Rob Holiday from what she told the jury looked like Puff's backyard. She testified that Holiday, whom she considered a friend, told her he was calling on behalf of Diddy. He was trying to talk about selling with me. When was the next time you spoke to Rob? They asked her. We never talked again, she said. Then it said she filed a civil complaint against Diddy about the alleged incident on November 2004, seeking $10 million in damages. She said, I wanted to seek justice for what happened to me. She testified. Diddy has denied the incident even happened. They said under cross examination, she testified that her and Cassie had a drug problem. And then, under questioning from the defense attorney, Nicole, she testified that she and Ventura had used marijuana, edibles, cocaine, ketamine, ecstasy, Molly, GHB, bitch, acid, Vicodin, and cocoa. Bitch, how was these people walking? Maisie, your breath is kicking. And when I say your breath is kicking, your breath is kicking. Let me finish because they getting rowdy. She said it's when you take a blunt, open it. So they asked her, she said Cocoa Puffs. It's when you take a blunt, open it, put weed in there, sprinkle cocaine in there. What the? She told the court that she would sell drugs for Casey while the two of them worked on a t-shirt line. The clothing line launched But the girl testified it didn't work out. They didn't work out because you and Casey were competing against people like Beyonce. Somebody named was want to say she, and you were competing against people like Rihanna. She said yes. She also asked several questions that appeared to imply that the girl and Ventura coordinated the accounts of the alleged balcony incident. Bitch, I know you. You and Casey discussed locations where this happened, right? She said, yeah. She told the court, yeah. You and Casey were discussing potential dates. Westmoreland answered, yes. Ventura told the jury that she did not see the girl being dangled from the balcony, but did see Diddy allegedly pull her back from the rails and throw her onto the furniture. Bitch, I know you can't make this up. She about to mess up the bag. She about to possibly mess up the bag. ChatGPT went on to say the defense pointed out differences between her trial testimony, interviews with federal prosecutors, and her civil suit, including the following auntie, mentioning Allen's essay and her lawsuit, which she didn't testify to in court, apart from Combs cupping her breasticles. Contradictory regulations of smoking. One account says she was smoking weed. Another one she mentioned a damn cigarette. Differing narratives of where she was looking when Diddy entered, against the balcony interior or at the outside view. They said coordination with Casey. She confirmed that her and Casey discussed the location and the date of the alleged balcony incident prior to testifying. Drug use and credibility. The defense highlighted her admitted past drug use, marijuana, cocaine, ketamine, GHB, ecstasy, and her role in supplying Ventura and Casey, aiming to question her reliability. They also suggested a financial motive tied to her lawsuit, asking, quote, if it means a lot for you to become a 10 millionaire soon, doesn't it? Get the ChatGPT said the prosecution's narrative that the girl's testimony supports allegations that Diddy exercised. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. Little dumb stuff like this will cause and can cause a mistrial. You got to make sure your people are credible before they get their asses up on the stand. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section during the replay and right now on whether or not y'all believe that this bull that she just pulled, this stunt allegedly, is going to cause a mistrial. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you so much to Sunkiss282 for becoming a member. And thank you so much, Dr. Renee Mentor, for the 1999 super chat. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and share this video. Until we meet again, everybody, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.